McAuliffe is a workforce development leader on steroids. She is an entrepreneurial visionary who cares about people. She is keenly interested in economic development, and she gets things done and gets people to work.
Lynne is passionate about her work and the students that she helps. She takes some of our most vulnerable students at the lowest point in their lives and brings them into an educational system where they're able to benefit, and as they come along, the educational benefits change. She gets things done. Whatever it takes, Lynne gets them done.
In the 6 years that I've had the honor, and I emphasize the word honor, to work with her, she has taught me so much. She is an outstanding and dedicated public servant.
Working with the Department of Workforce Services has been absolutely critical to our success. We have been partnering with them for over 10 years in providing kind of TANF grant opportunities for low-income people that have helped lift literally hundreds of people out of poverty in our community. And so that's probably the most fulfilling part of my job, is to be able to work with them in partnership and help these folks.
Lynne is very proactive in terms of working with local business people and companies and state agencies. We're very fortunate that she brought very great experience in the corporate and business world, and so she really understands business interests, and she marries that with very strong educational background. And so for that reason, I think she's very, very bold, very courageous, very nimble, and proactive about seeking out what needs to be done to enhance our workforce and also to attract companies to the state and make them better.
She's incredibly gifted in her training role, and as a result of that, she's also incredibly gifted as a collaborator. So she's incredibly collaborative, works really well with other people, and so in team projects and team building, that's what Lynne does. She's academically trained in it, that's true, but it's also just her nature. So when she needs to get something done, she finds the people that she needs help with, and she somehow inspires us to help her in these projects. And I think the flip side is also true, and she understands that. When we need some assistance from her, she's always willing to step up to the plate for us.
She is just a pleasure to work with. She's a pleasure to know, and I'm honored to be able to call her my friend and colleague.
I think the advice I would hope to pass on to others that are working in workforce development is to remember that it's the individual, that it's not just large corporations that we're working with, but we're changing Wyoming one person at a time, and that every person counts, and that when you're able to change the life of one person, there's a ripple effect that impacts their families, maybe even generations to come, let alone strengthening that employer's ability to be successful, and I think ultimately even lifting up entire communities.
There's a lot of literature in workforce development about E cubed, and it's that intersection between economic development, education, and employment. And Lynne exemplifies E cubed. She definitely is deserving of this honor.
Of all the people I know statewide, Lynne is the most passionate about our educational mission and what it means to some of our most vulnerable students. Her special charism is to take these kids, and not even kids, students, non-traditional, traditional age, and move them from where they're at to where they want to be. And usually that means from poverty out of poverty. And that's really what Wyoming Workforce is all about, is to take these vulnerable people in our community and turn them into the productive citizens they want to be. And Lynne does that, and that's why she deserves this award.
I have many colleagues in the state that I know are very deserving, and I'm just very humbled by being recognized in this way. And I'm very privileged to be able to do the work that we get to do every day.